2, 1. It was a little off, but we got it.
It sucked.
We need to reevaluate our lives.
Especially literally as I'm wearing.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is going to be our opener for today.
You're literally wearing the drip.
The voice of God said I have drip. I'm okay. I'm
Boom,
okay.
there it is.
We're going to get him a mic, and you guys are going to be able to understand unless you...
Have the drip and you're protected from the drip.
It's so true. For those that don't know what we're talking about.
You have the drip, and you're protected from the drip.
Exactly. I am wearing... Devin Miller right there.
Devin Miller.
I am wearing this, another Elene inspired outfit, inspired by Devin from Elene, but it is a green rain jacket that is small on me, and that's saying something because I have small arms and small legs.
We've learned a lot today, honestly,
we have, and
in recording
it has
this.
blue whales on it, and I have a button straight in the middle.
Yep.
It has little strings.
It has strings for your little hood there. We are safe from the rain. Gavin is safe from the rain. I am not. I am wearing an oversized, like, Texas smock. I've been told I'm wearing a smock. So I am getting my inner painter on today.
You know, it would have been funny if you were not wearing a shirt underneath it, because I could see right through it.
Dude, honestly, I just discovered something. I have 4 pockets on the front of me.
Oh my gosh.
I literally it's like, you know how like cargo pants, like I'm wearing a cargo shirt right now. I'm wearing a cargo shirt that is also a full dress. If you like, I can cover my pants.
A cargo dress shirt.
And it has like the Texas 2-line bowler kind of format. We got a lot going on. A lot of style choices that are outside our comfort zone. But here we are,
I'm
right?
actually digging this right now.
Yeah.
Style peaked at episode 4.
Let me write that down really quick.
Yeah.
Style peaked at episode 4. Okay. Circle 4 and style.
I
style
literally thought
peaked.
he was drawing, but he's not.
I'm not drawing. I'm sorry.
No.
What are we talking about today, Gavin? Now that we talked about our outfits. Gavin doesn't know what we're talking about because he doesn't have his notes in front of him anymore that I stole.
Yeah. So today we're starting our I guess it's a series, but 2-part episode where we're going to go into diving into some quotes that we've seen in Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
And we just thought, we're like, this made us ponder, this made us pause, and we're going to dive more in depth into that.
Yeah,
so
let's talk about that.
This first one, it was from Instagram.
Okay,
I was
Instagram.
scrolling because it was late at night.
Death scrolling.
You know, like when you're like, I don't have TikTok, so Instagram becomes my scroll. And I think I was trying to watch something, and just was bored. And so I stopped at this quote.
Let me hear it.
So this quote, it was by unknown, so I'm not like trying to steal it from anybody. But it says, "Life can be lived forward, but is understood backwards."
It's a deep one if you think about it, right?
You gotta think about it, yeah.
Understood forward, remembered backwards. Did I just completely slaughter that?
So it's lived.
Lived,
so life can
lived
only
forward,
be lived forward,
understood backwards.
But is understood backwards.
Yeah. I mean, it's true.
It is, because like you think about it,
I'm thinking.
We live our lives thinking, this is what I'm going to do when I'm retired.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to do when I have grandkids. This is what I'm going to do after my 9-to-5 job. Rather than I'm sitting in this moment, presently enjoying. We're literally wearing the most childlike things. I mean, I think you could walk on town like that and people would be like, all right, it's Austin. But
yeah,
when you hear this quote, what is your like first reaction to?
I mean, when you brought up like being present in the moment, I think that's the most valuable lesson you can take from something like this, is that like being present in the moment. If you're living in the now, not worried about the future, not reminiscing on the past, you are living a more effortless, careless life in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Careless, probably not the right term to use there.
Carefree. Carefree.
There you go. You are not worried about the future and you're not reminiscing on the past. It just allows you to be aware of your surroundings. And just awareness is so lost sometimes in our current age, and I feel so weird saying like these deep thoughts when I'm wearing this outfit. But like, but like, let the quote alone makes you become present because you are remembering things in the past and thinking about the things in the future.
And you're like, oh shoot. It almost puts you in your tracks. Yeah. Because you're like, oh my gosh. Like, I have been constantly thinking of what tomorrow's going to bring, what next week's going to bring. Because we're forced to, unfortunately, because that's the culture that we live in. It's just like, it's go, go, go. You need to get this accomplished. You need to do this. You need to plan for your 401k. You need to plan for your retirement. And then you sit back and you're like, I never got to live my life.
Well, what I take this as too is, in school, in any grade, it's like, oh, we're in 6th grade. We're preparing you for 7th.
I'm wearing a 6th grader outfit.
There you go. That's probably what made me think of 6th grade.
Is it because I'm small, Austin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just being straight. Just being straight up with you guys. And so like every year is in preparation for the next year. When is it that 11th grade is actually about 11th grade? Never.
No. Because you think about 12th grade.
And what do you think about in 12th grade? You think about college. When are you actually thinking about what you're learning for this year? It's everything is preparing you for the next thing. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good mentality of like, I'm learning this so that I can learn this better skill later. That's not the issue. It's the issue of you're taking your mind and placing it in the future when the brain power that you should be using now is now somewhere else. The fun that you're having now is placed with stress somewhere else.
Exactly. And then when would you think that you would have that fun? When you would experience that fun? Like if it
keeps getting pushed off because you're like, I'll do it next year. Maybe I don't have time now. I'll do it next year.
I'll do that trip that I've been wanting to go to next year.
Yeah. I think of my friend Caleb Robertson.
Hey.
He made this really profound thing on Instagram, being really transparent about a month ago. Shout out to you, Caleb. You're amazing. And I really do take everything that you post, like, means a lot. And so
are you crying right now?
No, my voice, man.
You tearing up right now? Hey, do you
guys
want to switch outfits? Because
I would be protected over there.
I can protect you, which is kind of funny because like the whale has what? Never mind. I'm just gonna let you continue.
Oh, okay. Caleb posted this thing. He said, "Listen, like, my last invoice for a client is October 10th. Do I know where my next paycheck is coming from? No. I incurred massive amounts of business debt this summer or like this year or something like that. And he's all about trying to get financially free from all of his debts that he's had, not throwing him under the bus, but just being real with stuff he's talked about. He wants to get out of that, but he says, listen, I don't know where my next paycheck's coming from, but I still went on multiple trips with my family this year. Realizing that the moment spent in the now is worth possibly going into debt for. It's not like the best thing that you could do. No. And we're not ragging on him, but like, I'm actually commending him. Like, he doesn't care. He puts his family first. He puts experiencing things first. And I think that's really something that I live by, is like, listen, man, I got to do stuff while I still can. And I can pay it off later because money isn't everything.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you won't have money in your grave.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can't. I mean, we're not Egyptians. Like, we're in the old times.
I want to be buried right here.
I mean, based off your outfit right now, I mean, you might.
I don't even know what Egyptians would do. Burp. You see that? Did you see that? I don't know. I'm sorry. I was doing the dance, walk like the Egyptians. I'm going to get canceled. Oh, man. Okay, whatever.
But, so, yeah.
Take me out.
But anyways, you're right, though. It's like this, we're living in this society where it's, I mean, the spectrum that Caleb is living in, which is great. I mean, he's enjoying it. He's valuing the investment in his family and the time and the experience more than maybe the profit that will come from something else.
Right. He could be making money at home, but
Yeah.
instead he's going out and doing things that matter.
Exactly. And I think now we're not encouraging you to, you know, like quit your job or to spend all your money to go to a trip that you've been wanting to go to, because we're by no means financial advisors in any way.
We have many financial advisors that we need to meet with for ourselves.
Exactly. But it's more or less, you need to it's the focus that needs to be focused on, I guess. Are you constantly in this state of, I need to make sure that whatever's happening next will help me in the future? Or are you focusing more on, okay, this is going to get me to tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is going to allow for me to set up in the future this possible opportunity. But rather than stressing about that coming, you're worrying about, okay, you're living in the moment of understanding that life moves forward rather than backwards.
Yeah.
Because if we strive for that continuous goal of like, okay, in 20 years, I mean, I'm going to be 40. And so, in the mindset is like, oh, I want to have a family. I want to have this house. I want to do this. But if I'm constantly thinking in 20 years, that's going to be my goal, then anything in between I may experience, but I might not enjoy or truly take that time and process it. And so it's this crazy just like mentality that we're living in. I mean, not even just in life itself, like moving forward, but like the food that we eat. We needed to get it out there to the masses and produce it so that people can eat, and we don't have to worry about what's going to come in the future.
Right.
And so we're not encouraging blindness and like being like, whatever. We're encouraging you to really process, okay, am I living for the future or am I living for the now?
Right.
And there's that balance in between. And like, if somebody listening is like, oh, I don't know about this because I need to make this paycheck, I need to make this money, what would be the Austin word of wisdom for that individual?
I mean, I was going to ask you a question of like, what does embrace the unknown or embrace the uncertainty mean to you? But that kind of asks the question to me is like, yeah, what would it look like if I need to make this happen, but I also have responsibilities and things that I need to meet in that timeline? And I would just say, you know, one, give it to God. It'll all work out, and he's able to do all things, and all that. But I think too, it's a matter of like, get done the serious things, and then know where that end is to serious things. From take needs and wants. You need to pay a bill, find the means to make that happen, and then the wants are only after you fill the needs. I intend to live a very modest lifestyle. If I do make a lot of money, I will not be living in a big house. I don't know how this is tying into everything, but in my opinion, save a lot more than you spend if possible, and that'll get you further. So I don't know if that answered the question or not, but I'm going to pose a question to you of what does embracing the uncertainty look like for you?
I think, as I think about it more, especially with the meetings that we've had over the past couple of weeks, and over almost months, is like silo for us has always been on the forefront of like, we don't know what's going to happen. Like, we went from Facebook to Instagram. We didn't know if we were going to get anything. We didn't know if there was going to be any transfer. We had 6 followers when we transferred. I mean, and even out of that context is like, in my life, it's like, if you've listened to one of the first seasons, you've got to hear our backstories. Yeah. And it's just like, my life, if I have not embraced the unknown, then I have succumbed to the fear.
Yep.
And so it's come to the point where it's like, you got to choose, okay, am I going to embrace the unknown? And that meaning in itself is like, I'm going to be firmly founded and trusting that whatever is going to come, there's going to be either a positive or negative consequence, but regardless of what that may be, that there's going to be a tomorrow.
Yeah.
That we're not going to be constantly living in that grief and that turmoil. And I know that's kind of cliche. It's like, it'll get better, those things. But eventually, I'm not promising anything because I might not know the situation that you're going through or the things that you may be dealing with. But I do know is that no matter the hardship that you may be facing, there is something that will be coming that may be better.
Right.
And if we constantly wallow in, okay, I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm going to be fearful and I'm going to retreat or I'm going to stay in these ways, willingly or unwillingly, I mean, it causes a just awful thing to be in. And
yeah.
So if we,
either fear or control comes out of thinking about future.
Exactly. And embracing the unknown, you're not completely disregarding your fear, because if we disregard the emotions that we feel, then are they really emotions?
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's like we're not controlling our lives, because if we control the life, then are we really embracing the unknown? And I think this whole podcast series is we're diving into more is balance is so important.
Yeah.
Because if we don't have that balance between the fear and the control, then it's like a seesaw. We're going to get flung off. We're going to go in one direction, and it's going to cause more problems.
Everything we've done is embracing the unknown, and just hoping that things will align or get better or work out for us.
Yeah.
I mean, the first step is saying yes. The first step is allowing yourself to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Silo is an uncomfortable thing.
It is.
Doing a podcast alone, audio, is a big thing. Now we move to video. That's another big step. I don't know what my feet are doing all the time, but now you just.
I'm wearing a whale jacket, and that is literally not what I would wear on a typical day.
Embracing the unknown with your outfits, like,
it takes a simple step in order to get to the bigger steps.
Yeah, you have to start momentum somewhere, and that momentum is an exponential thing in a lot of cases. So you're gonna see 1 turn to 2, 2 turn to 4, 4 turn to 16, and then you'll see it, a parabola, if you will, form. That's some geometry right there.
The voice of God is questioning our mathematical capabilities, and it's okay.
Hey, we're not here to be perfect either. Boom. Yeah, Devin says he's no mathematician.
I think that's when we're landing the plane here. It's just you're embracing the unknown, but it's not something that you're like taking a huge leap.
Right.
And if that's something that you need to do, then by all means do it. But it's taking a smaller step first. Like for us today, or me specifically, I wore a very vibrant green raincoat that does not necessarily fit me, but it's completely out of what my style comfort is. But no,
it's not.
That was my step.
Yeah.
And it's simply as like, I'm not telling you to go outside and wear something that like so uncomfortable that you don't know how to function within it, but like taking that first step into that, making that unknown.
There is a world where quitting your day job and pursuing art full time is totally a thing that you should do. And I could say in reality, you shouldn't, but honestly, like for some of you, that's what you need. I don't know if I can do it. That doesn't mean that if you don't know if you should do it, that you shouldn't do it. But you might be at a breaking point where something needs to change in your life. And that might be the next step for you. And I fully believe that. And it's just something you need to do. And that's the thing that is stopping you. And you don't need permission. I'm going to say it every time because I feel like it's a new thing. You don't need permission. Just do it. Make it happen.
Unless it's like you're like 16, you want to drive, then you need permission.
Yeah.
But
you might need permission if you're underage. So listen to your parents, kids.
Do it. You won't.
All right. Have a good week, guys. Take it easy. Hope your drive this morning was nice.
Don't touch my feet.
Don't touch his feet. Good
Peace.
night.